Bit of a 50-cent mixture for the last segment of Weigh In, including a touch on a sale on the other side of the world. They were coming from all parts of the world, including New Zealand, for the Tattersalls broodmare and bloodstock sale, and they were paying up to $3 million for foals. Apparently 1.7 million guineas for a Galileo filly foal. I think some people have got way too much money.
And the leading price out of the sale at Tattersalls, which is regarded as the best broodmare sale in the world, 2.4 million for the top mare in foal to Galileo. But there's a New Zealand presence this year, which is great to see. Clearance rate 66%. Cambridge Studs purchasing, I think 6 horses. Well, this is the first page. Big Bad Bob, a cheapie, a Galileo mare.
We're at the other end of the market, obviously.
Yeah, buying for value. There's something for everyone at the sale. There's the really top-end stuff, obviously, and Cambridge Stud in conjunction, Henry Plumtree, obviously, and John Foote, Bloodstock Agent. Another look at what they brought through this sale. So 7 in total, the Master Craftsman, Sharmadale, Lawman, Alcazim, so good cross-section. I was actually speaking with Dean Hawthorne this morning driving up. He was just walking out of the sale, the next broodmare sale after this. It's at Arquana in Deauville in France, and that's very popular. Let's see what Dean's bought. An underrated bloodstock agent in terms of what he does around the world for his principal owner, Jonathan Munns, and this was in conjunction with Arrowfield Stud and John Massara, a Galileo. They were particularly after Galileo mares and fillies. They're crossing well with Danehill line stallions, so that was the logic behind that. He's bought another 3 in Arcana, and Paul Moroney buying for Valachi Downs and Nathaniel, son of Galileo, 14,000.
So record prices. At the top end they were paying all those telephone numbers, so my 1.7 wasn't actually the biggest sell of the
auction
sale. But at the bottom end, as per usual, it was fairly quiet.
Yeah, it wasn't a great clearance, 66%.
Although that's relatively typical for a broodmare sale, isn't it? Yeah. They don't, you're selling 2 out of every 3. And look, we're very topical at the moment after iGrain and what you did recently, but for Joe and Brendan Lindsay, they obviously need to refurbish. They need to get new broodmares coming in. They've got 2 top-end stallions to deal with at the moment, in Tavistock and Almanzor. So now they're buying these horses, I presume, to come home and go to them. And Dean Hawthorne spent a stack of money for the same people, predominantly, on high-class fillies, a lot of Tavistock fillies at the Karaka sale this year. So if this happens again, say for example it was 10 horses that came in, and we have 10 more this year, that means in 7 to 8 years at Karaka in Book 1 and Book 2, we might have 50 or 60 of these mares. And that's really important because it's regenerating our breed, and the Australians now are in love with the European blood. The question is, who are they going to go to? Because yes, Savabeel and yes, Tavistock are very commercial stallions, and I think Almanzor is going to get a stack of support. But after that, we probably don't have too many stallions who you would send top head mares to. So then the question is, do they go offshore and go to a schnitzel and come back? We're seeing a lot more schnitzels in the country now. Or do they stay there, or does something else come through, like a Tavachi? It's impossible to tell, but that's the question, is where are they all going to go to? Because we don't have a High Chaparral anymore, and we don't have a Monsieur and those horses standing at the gate.
This is a wee bit like when the Vellas brought in all those Danehill mares about a decade and a half ago. And actually also for our future, I suppose, just when I was doing those foal sort of sales, a lot of showcasing foals selling for, like, in New Zealand money, $250,000. Now, even though he's gone from here and he's obviously the shiz over there now, there will be a lot of showcasing fillies floating around that will enhance our breed from that sprinting end.
Yeah, he's been terrific and such a success up there that they actually bought out his Southern Hemisphere rights, so he didn't have to travel.
But we have Master Craftsman. He's had Alpha Centauri, who was named European English Horse of the Year.
Yep.
So there's a lot of these horses we don't sort of appreciate till they're gone. Like they went red hot at the sales, the showcasings or the Master Craftsman. People weren't going berserk for them. So. But I think the European mare's coming, and Paul Moroney and I had a long conversation about it 2 weeks ago, and he was educating me because I'm still learning about this. It's crucial.
And so if you're going next year then? We're all going to go?
I went this year, and to the one on the eve of the Ark, and look, there were viable horses there from families we don't have the opportunity to get into. But the question is, you're still got to get them home. You double the guineas, so that's 100,000 to 200,000. Get it home's 30,000. By the time you muck around, you're talking, maybe 250,000 to buy those type of horses. And you're still going to go to Savabeel's 100k. But I'm glad they're coming in.
Absolutely.
Put it that way.
In other international news, Australia showing us the money with a series of new races, including the Golden Eagle, which is going to be worth $7.5 million, which makes it the third richest race in the world behind the Everest and what's the other one, the Prix de
Well,
l'Arc.
look, let's work through this. 4-year-old racing's a little bit weird. I think Peter Belanis has done an amazing job, but some of these races don't add up. The 3-year-old race, the Bondi, no issue. Perfect, $1 million, 3-year-old, 1,600 metres. Makes sense. Golden Gift, $1 million, 2-year-old race on November the 9th. Like, what does that even mean?
There's 4 runners in the race
Well,
this year.
and
Haven't they always had that
and the
race,
Golden
though?
Eagle, the horse they wanted to
Yeah,
get.
there's 4 runners in it.
The horse they wanted to get was the Autumn Sun, and they have come out and said they're going to the Cox Plate.
Right.
So that's a publicity loss for them. I think he's doing an amazing job, but I just think this has a slightly haphazard feel about it, but it won't.
That sounds like a nar for you.
Once somebody wins $7.5 million or the stake part thereof. So some of it's going to charity, which is good. Years and NARS for the week. My year, I actually had a bit of a muck around this week on the new fixed odds betting platform. Now, people at the racing board are going to want to tell you it's amazing, and I was sceptical how it's going to make any money. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Looked at it, it's awesome. So this is the new website which is going to go online possibly next Sunday/Monday. And it's very, very good. I've been on more betting websites than most people in New Zealand. This is a very, very good website. Couple of things. You can buy your bet back. If you don't like it, you can cash out. And most importantly, not afterwards. Okay. Most importantly, you can transfer money back to your bank account. So you put some money into your account, you don't have to go to the TAB and get it back out again. There's a whole range of other things too, but forget the naysayers. This is not a promo.
Forget the naysayers.
The bottom line is this fixed odds betting platform is very, very good.
What's your nah?
I think the $1 million 2-year-old race in November is nonsense.
Okay. My year is the country racing in New Zealand, the Santa's cap and the Santa at the races or Christmas at the races. I thought it was pretty tired actually, but based on last week at Wanganui, and Cromwell was massive, even Trentham was massive yesterday. It's obviously an indication that we have got a show that people want to go to. So as long as we put the show on, that's great. And when we do put the show on, this is my nah, we've got to pay the people that put the show on. I did a wee bit of study over on Friday. 65 horses at Riccarton and their owners, and 59 horses at Matamata and their owners put on the show and didn't get paid a cent. We've got to pay the also-rans right back to last, get it done. That's my year nah for this week.
My year, loving racing at Ellerslie. How good is it to be back? That track's playing beautifully. Does it raise the question that it needs to be spelled during the winter? Nah, Golden Eagle, $7.5 million race, but on the same day as Derby Day in Melbourne. Not good.
Sounds like a wrap to me, boys. A few year nahs. I'm not going to be here next week because I've got a lot of Christmas shopping to do.
Nobody cares if you're here next week.
Okay. Are you going to be here?
No. The beard a bit longer and be Santa Claus.
Yeah. So I've got some Christmas shopping to do.
So Bruce is going to be sitting in. If you want to come be on the show next week, come join Bruce because he's going to be here by himself.
ABC will be here, I think.
Oh, okay, that'd be cool.
Coming back.
She was good last week too.
Yeah. So we'll do some TAB vouchers in terms of Christmas shopping, and I'll see you on the other side of Santa. See you guys on the other side of Santa.
Goodbye.
Happy holidays.